Ladies and gentlemen, if you're wondering why I'm wearing headphones, the Mark Willard episode malfunctioned, so we're going to be getting it from Sportscaster, and I'm going to be holding my headphones up to this thing to check up if it's Sportscaster. If YouTube copyrights this, then that's completely ridiculous. And this is insane because, what's ridiculous is I put it into this thing and it just didn't work. And the QuickTime player didn't work, so we're going to be trying to get to the Mark Willard episode here. If QuickTime player is playing an elaborate prank on me, I am going to get mad. Let's see. No, elaborate prank. So we're going to be going to Sportscaster. I'm going to hold my headphones up to this thing, and Mark Willard will, it'll be like the recording of Mark Willard and I. 1 second, let's get this thing up. Test. Okay, we're ready. Let's go. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that was when I was testing. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. We are going to have Mark Willard on the show tonight, ladies and gents. Here as we will have Mark Willard, as we are going to have Mark Willard on this great Sunday morning here. Thank you for joining us here as we are going to have Mark Willard, a Giants analyst and host of the KNBR show, Mark Willard show tonight, and we will have Mark Willard be featured on the show. I'm very happy to have him. We've got our phone here. We are going to call him up. Let's dial him up. By the way, welcome to the Summer of Sports. It's episode number 2. Our interview, Summer of Sports, features exclusive interviews. It features so many things that are so great, and I really hope that you guys can like it. And we got our first episode out last night on YouTube, Instagram, and Sportscaster. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Willard coming, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, let's call him. He is ready. Here we go. He just emailed me. He said he's ready. So let's get ready. Let's get right to this. Okay, go.
Hello.
Hi, is this Mark?
Yes, hi, here we go.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Good. So should we just jump into the interview?
Yeah, of course. I'm happy to do it.
Okay. First question. What made you start a career in sports broadcasting? What made you want to start a career?
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's a good question. I think a lot of us, at a certain point, we look back and think about what got us going. I just always had I had a love for it. When I was your age, I was doing the same thing. I was in front of the television and recording myself, turning the sound off on TV, and recording myself doing Giants games, things like that. I can remember my parents at times almost encouraging me to go out and do more stuff with my friends, because if the Giants game was on, I would just want to stay home and watch it and pretend like I was broadcasting. So from that perspective, I guess you could say that I was made for it, and I do believe that. I believe that when we early in our life, if we're blessed, and this is true for you too, Hugo, if you're blessed to really have a vision and know exactly what you want to do, then that means we're here to do that. There's a reason you have that desire, and it's because that's where you're supposed to kind of explore, and so I believe that I was born to do this, and loved it from as early as I loved playing the sports themselves. So I put I put out a vision very early of what I wanted to do, and it's gone very well.
Okay, so it said on the website, KNBR website, that you jump-started your career at Extra 1360 in San Diego. How was it like? What was it like working there?
Yeah, so it actually was not that. I did not start there. I had a career that has spanned from San Luis Obispo, where I went to college, and then I did minor league baseball in Boise, Idaho, and then I was in Los Angeles for a number of years. After a period of time of working at ESPN there, and I worked in sporting news there, a very close friend of mine who runs the station, 1360 in San Diego, presented an opportunity for me that was wonderful at the time. It was a difficult job. As much as I enjoyed it, I loved working for my good friend Brian Long. I met a lot of wonderful people there, and San Diego is a great place. But I did that show remotely. I did not live there. I lived in LA and did that show from a studio with a partner who was in San Diego while I was living in LA. And that created some challenges, not the ones that maybe you'd think. Like, we were fine not being in the same room as far as conducting our show, but just from a day-to-day perspective of being a part of a team, being a part of a group that kind of has a goal, and then also being able to observe things in the market out and about in San Diego. I couldn't do that. And so that at times made it challenging, and there were frustrations involved with that. But it was a fun couple of years, and like I said, good people, and very thankful for that portion of my career.
What was it like working for ESPN?
ESPN is an interesting company. It is an incredible gift and blessing to have some time there at some point in your career, because the platform is so large. It presents just an incredible amount of opportunities. It presents unbelievable networking opportunities. I met so many people, and when you have that brand behind
it's 9 hours.
ESPN, it's very, very powerful. I also found, though, that sometimes when you're working at ESPN, you can fall into the trap of almost feeling like everything that's going on there is everything in our entire business. They make you feel that way, and they are very, very stringent company as far as overseeing their employees and making sure that you don't send anything out on social media that not in line with their brand and whatnot. So sometimes after being there for a while, it can feel like a little bit robotic, and sometimes can feel a little bit like constraint. But early on, like I said, I wouldn't change my time there at all, because it opens up a lot of doors in the early going, and you get to meet a lot of wonderful people and really grow your profile as a broadcaster as well.
Okay, what made you want to come home for the Giants? What made you want to come home and broadcast for the Giants and on KNBR, and have your own show at KNBR? The Mark Willard Show. It's a great show, 6 to 10.
Thank you so much, Hugo. I always wanted to. That was never something that left the back of my mind. I told you that, when I was young and when I was in middle school and high school, I put out a vision, and that vision wasn't just to be a sports broadcaster. When I was in front of the TV, it was always Giants games. And I told friends in high school, I wanted to host a show on KNBR. That was my goal. I didn't necessarily at all points in my career think that it was going to happen. I met my lovely wife, and we started a family in Southern California, and so there's a lot that goes into moving a family, and it can be difficult on the other people who don't have the same dream of moving somewhere else. especially when they had never really spent much time there before. But it was just always something I kept an eye on. I always built relationships in the Bay Area because I knew that at some point in my career, I felt like I would be back here. I just didn't know when. And to be honest with you, it happened a little bit earlier than I thought. When I kind of got myself in a position where there was a possibility, it wasn't something that we were, necessarily pushing to do yet. But when the opportunity presented itself, it was, the timing was good enough, and it was just something we felt like we couldn't pass up.
What advice do you have to my listeners and watchers, and to me?
Please. The advice that I have for you is there are two things I always tell people. Number one, you set that vision and you commit to it. If this is what you want to do, you commit to it. And what I mean by that is you will have points where this business is hard. You will have people tell you no. You will have people tell you you can't do it. It's not an easy business to get into, and it's a harder one to stay into. So you need that commitment. If you really, really love it and want to do it, you have to tell yourself, I'm going to stick with this even during the difficult times. And the second thing I always tell people is to find your authentic voice. All of us have the habit as we're growing up and we're listening to our favorite broadcasters and we're listening to the way things sound. We want to change our voice to sound like them when we start doing our work. And it is absolutely a process that every broadcaster has to go through, but you want to shake yourself of it as quickly as possible. Because what will make you a great broadcaster is your voice, not anybody else's voice. Being a relatable person, all of these things are really, really important. And so the sooner that you can find who you are, what you want to say, and how to do it in your own authentic voice, that's when you're going to be ready to really move up and shine.
Okay. Do you have a list of your top Giants prospects, maybe your top 5 Giants prospects that you'd like to see in the next 2 years?
Yeah, well, sure. There are a handful I can bring up. Obviously, Joey Bart, everybody's excited to see Joey, and I think with whatever season does happen this summer, because of the expanded rosters, I think we're going to see him really, really soon. And another guy we could see is the really tall pitcher, Sean Jelly. I'm excited to see him. The other two that are making at least a lot of noise are Elliot Ramos, the outfielder who was in Double-A at the end of the year last year. I think he is he plays hard, the versatile guy. And but the one I am most excited about is going to take a few years. Marco Luciano. This guy is one of these just transcendent type talents. When you look around baseball and see guys like Juan Soto, and I'm blanking on the name of the kid in Atlanta, but there are a few guys who just by age 20, 21, you can already see they're just absolute next level talents. And I think Marco Luciano is one of those guys. So he's still a teenager, but that is absolutely a name to watch.
Yeah, and the kid in Atlanta is Ronald Acuna Jr. But
thank you.
Yeah, but I remember, I think it was last year on your show, you brought up Marco Luciano for the first time, and you shared that soundbite of him hitting his first home run, and there was nobody in the ballpark. You could just hear that clap off the bat, and then you could hear in the background, "Attaboy, Luch."
Yeah, that's right. That's what a lot of minor league ballparks are like, man, and I love that you remembered that. I actually get comments on that quite a bit because just the beauty of that sound and the fact that the ball comes off of his bat in a different kind of a way. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is another name that's like that now. Where you're just like, the ball just comes off the bat in a different way. So Marco's one of those guys. It's going to be fun to see him.
Yeah. Do you think we'll see a baseball season this year? If so, what would be your quarantine season, or your dream quarantine season and champion?
Well, what I hope to see is that cooler heads do prevail here, and that they can still play about 80 games. I think you have to have at least 75 or 80 games for it to even feel like, a real season. I don't even know if that will, but the idea of 50 games feels way too quick. And obviously, I would always love to see the Giants win, but I think the more important thing for them right now is to continue to develop talent and identify talent. But I definitely do think there'll be baseball. I really do. Like, I'm highly confident in that. How many games and when it starts, I'm not sure. I really wish for everybody to become aware of what's going on in the world and see if they can get their differences taken care of. I did have this thought, though, the other day, Hugo. You'll like this. The Dodgers have been trying to win since 1988. And we here in the Bay Area really we love it that they're still struggling to break through. It would be funny if they finally broke through and nobody really acknowledged it as a.
1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Where is that thing? I only bring this out, and I was hoping to bring it out. I bring this out and I hang it in my window every time the Giants play the Dodgers or the Angels. Beat LA. Beat LA. And so, you know what? Let's just resume this.
It's a real championship, so I think that's possible too.
Yeah, I heard that on your show a couple nights ago around the 9 o'clock hour. You said that. You said, it would be really cool to see a 50-game season, and then the Dodgers win with nobody, the fans and everybody's like, but does that really count?
Yeah, exactly. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but I definitely think there'll be baseball.
Yeah, bonus question now. Your favorite Giants classic?
My favorite Giants classic. Do you mean just like a game or a player?
It could be a game, a player. It could be a certain number of games. It could be any type of classic or classics.
Well, there's kind of an obscure one that always pops to mind because when I was about your age, my favorite guy was Will Clark, and I got an opportunity to have him on the podcast a couple of months ago, and that was a real thrill for me. And walking him through a moment that I remember really well was really an incredible experience. It was a game somewhat early in his career against the Houston Astros, and it was just kind of a random game, but it stuck with me because I had a transistor radio under my pillow and was listening to the game, and right as I laid down and my parents were telling me to go to sleep, I would keep the radio on really low because they didn't want me listening to the game, but I would sneak it in there and listen, and so I laid down, and the Giants were just coming into the bottom of the ninth inning, and they were down 5-4. And as they go to the bottom of the ninth, the Astros pitcher comes out, and Candy Maldonado was leading off the inning, and he hit a home run to left field to tie the game, just to lead off the bottom of the ninth. And then Will Clark was on deck. And Clark came to the plate, and he worked the count, a couple of pitches, and then hit one into the upper deck in right field. Just absolutely crushed it, and the Giants won it 6-5. So back-to-back home runs in the bottom of the ninth to win it, and I had a hard time keeping myself silent because I was supposed to be asleep in bed. So that was a night I'll never forget.
Yeah, I listen to the radio. I have a radio alarm clock, but I listen to the radio at night, put on a little sleep timer, and go to bed. That's pretty much what I do every night. So
that's gonna help you. It's gonna help you for a lot of years.
Yeah. Have a great day. Sorry, I'm probably holding you from breakfast, but have a great day. Thank you.
No, thank you, Hugo. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day. See you soon.
You too. Sounds good, buddy.
Stay safe.
You too.
Bye. And ladies and gentlemen, that was Mark Willard.
Okay, ladies and gents, that is what I'm going to pause. If you want to go check out the rest of the episode, there's like 2 minutes left. Don't have to. You can go to Sportscaster. I'll leave the link in the description below and in the description on my IGTV. And I hope you guys, honestly hope you guys are having a great day. Sorry again, this thing malfunctioned and I couldn't put it out via just raw footage. So if you want to see the raw footage of stuff, like just saying, is from is go to Sportscaster. I'll leave it again the link in the description. But ladies and gents, have a great day. And that was basically. Sorry about that. You guys could probably not hear me that too well. But have a great day. If you want to go check out the thing on Sportscaster, leave the link in the description below. Have a great day, and just like, subscribe if you're on IG, follow. Hugo Sports 360. I did not endorse this thing. This is just given to me by the Giants. This was given to me by the Giants. It was a game day giveaway. But look, like, this is the only product I'm endorsing right now. My merch, Hugo Sports 360. It's designed by Isla Traverso. I had designed this thing, and then she designed the color. She wanted to do pink and white, and then I said no, and then she decided to do black and orange for the Giants. Obviously, I've switched out my Giants hat. Sorry, that one was a little bit too tight on me. This one's a lot easier, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you.